get Otis.
Yeah, Kimisha, see, what some people don't understand, or what some golfers don't understand, right? For instance, when I'm playing, I mean, my peers, among my peers, and they would ask me something. I do hit bad shots. I mean, this is golf. I mean, so they want to know why you don't get mad. You know what I mean? I never show no sign of madness. I just keep calm because I know golf is a game. Golf will break you mentally. I'm telling you, golf will break you mentally. I mean, from the moment you start to take on that stuff, you know what I mean? That will spoil your whole day.
Yeah.
That's right.
But I change now. I change now. I learn. I learn. I
I was
learn.
just gonna say. I was just gonna say that.
Right, what's about Otis?
Yeah, because I've been there when I won some tournaments on bouncing, bouncing playing, and then bouncing will say, I would say, Skip, over there on the front line, boy, over there, boy. You try to work strategies and technique. But what I see, I mean, they will be there hitting, they will have maybe 50 balls. You hit 50 balls, that's it. That's their practice. I mean, if they hit a ball and they hit it bad, they don't say, okay, let me try and work out what I did wrong. That rehearse certain things that maybe I've seen some of them have cameras themselves, the phones right now, they can do anything with those phones. I see some of them, what I mean, I'm wondering if they're learning anything. Because you kind of just go and practice by just hitting balls. You have to know what you're doing wrong, when you have to correct this, and what else you have to correct. Because the same thing you take on the practice range, you cannot really take it on a golf course. You go on a golf course and you go on golf course to get ideas and get techniques and stuff like that. But now we on the course now you gotta execute those, you gotta execute on the golf course.
True, true, true. So how you suggest to those guys that the coaches out there? Yeah, you suggest to the coaches out there?
Well, I mean, we all have different teaching methods. I mean, there's a junior program ongoing now, and I see these guys will be practicing. These guys are guys that will practice, and they're practicing probably maybe from 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I would say that's not a good way to practice because you call that overwork. It's just like you telling a cricketer, a fast bowler, you're playing a cricket match, you tell a fast bowler, I need you to bowl 8 overs on the track. You can't really tell a fast bowler to bowl 8 overs and a shot like that. You're talking about breaking down now. I mean, you're looking some injury maybe. Now we finish with the 8 now. You ready for a game next week? He says, coach, I have back problem or I have, you know, I have a pull muscle in the side, you know, that's overwork. For me now, I mean, I have my different ways of teaching. I mean, first of all, I have to work on my program. If I'm going to do chipping today, if I'm going to do potting today, if I'm going to do driving, you know. So let's say I have 100 balls. So today we're going to we're going to do some chipping today. So now chipping meaning I'll start from 100 yards because this is where the golf really starts, from the short game to the green potting. This is where the strokes go. So I will say, well, we're going to do start from 100 to 100 yards, 90 yards, and 80 yards. So we're going to start from 100, 90, and 80. And let's say 100 balls. So I'm going to say, 35 balls from the 100 yards going in, and then, we just keep adding as we go closer and closer to the green. When we finish that, my practice only goes for like probably an hour, 20 minutes. That's the practice already. Because I'm working off of a schedule. Today's stripping, no. Tomorrow, I'm going to do potting. So we're going to pot for 45 minutes. Okay, we're going to pot for 45 minutes. 45 minutes to at least an hour, I'm done with that. The other day I'm going to do driving, so everything has to go fall in sequence. You cannot go and practice chipping today, driving today, potting today. No, everything has to fall in sequence. At the end of the day, you must learn something, and you must take this, take what I teach you, and you must take it and execute it on the golf range. On the one course.
And in terms of, I heard you say something earlier about bouncing. You like to see how bouncing practice and stuff. So
I mean, yeah, I don't know if bouncing practice like, I don't know what bouncing theory is on. I don't know. Sometimes I see it going on there because I normally have a little tuning program with some kids. So I know normally when I'm finished, I see bouncing coming from the other side with the back of bars. I don't know what he went out there to do. If you want to do, if you want to do potting, if you want to do chipping, I don't know. So now it's that easier. Maybe you can share that with me.
But he have been winning tournaments, so I don't know what's going on.
That's what I want to know, what he's doing. So maybe I can give him some,
So bouncing, tell us what you have been doing bouncing. Tell us. We eager to hear.
Well, as a coach too, you understand certain things. Because when I started mostly with Otis doing the same things, But as you get and you play more often, I get more experience. And as a coach, I try to learn as quickly as possible what the guys are doing, And as you get better. Because if you practice a lot and you go on the course and play more often than that, you're supposed to be getting better.
True.
Not Kuma really, but but now you can incorporate.
I want to say Kuma good.
You say Gama can practice. You say Gama. He's went back. You say Gama can practice. But if when your handicap is 18, I mean you're down in the worst category. You're like a beginner.
Okay.
So that you go by I'm talking about handicap.
So you know, Taddy for me, Taddy league.
No, maybe Taddy will be about 40. And you like a younger, so maybe you might be about 30, 25, 30. For starters, but I mean, as you get older, right, as you get more mature in the game and understand the game, because I practice a lot, especially when I have time in the mornings, I do a lot of practice. So I know to do some chipping, some mid-range, short game, where you say the 80-yard, 90-yard shots, and the longer version, and the longer shots. Depends on how you're feeling and how you're playing. Where you really need to work at, to improve. I like to hit all my clubs in them. You have the wedge, you have the mid irons, you have the long irons, and you have the driver and so on. So it depends on how it goes. I hit some irons and make sure that I feel comfortable hitting my irons, but I do a lot of short game, as I say, 100 and second shot I will call it. They call it short game, but I do a lot of second shot, like approach shots, like 9 iron and so on, depends, 9 iron, pitching wedge, 8 iron sometimes. Those are kind of scoring shots. So I try to, hit the green and do some putting. Then I have a putting stroke. Now it's all about, for me, your technique, how you feel in your swing, your tempo, with the putting as well, how your stroke feel, and and then it's reading the greens at the end of the day. Coming on, if you have a nice stroke, if you comfortable with the stroke, it's all about picking the right line, and reading the greens and hitting the right pace, and you should score, But out there, as I was thinking as they were talking, because we as golfers that start late, and from another sport, we are very competitive,
Right.
and we get frustrated a lot. So talking to the golfers, and even playing with them, because my experience is that's why I go and play with the better players to see how they play. I like playing with Omari. Long time Otis supposed to come and I'll play with Otis and really
You know why, man? Yeah.
he's not a bang off or anything, he just show them guys, because them guys are legends. When I go up there, I look up to them guys, and to be honest, these guys respect me so much, but they don't know how much I respect them too. When I'm out there with them and playing with them, no matter what, I feel so good playing with them. Even now, sometimes out there, you play some shots when I play with Mari, where you feel kind of intimidated because you want to know Mari thinking and so on. But the more you play with them, now you get experience and more comfortable with them, and they will help you and teach you. But just playing with them and see how they operate on the golf course, and these guys not getting any upset like how we get upset, No, man. If them guys are upset, Mari will get upset, but them guys upset for like a bit, and then for the next shot, them guys will go back to the routine, and the man skip nothing, the man go to the routine, but we just get upset and just go hit the ball, because so it's important that you play with these guys and learn from them and see how they operate, because at the end of the day now, as Otis said, is more mental.
True.
When you practice and get the technique right and hitting a lot of balls and so, if you don't have the right mentality, that all that go to waste. So that is how I go about doing it. Just when I practice, I just try to practice the approach shots. If I'm not playing regularly like now, because I have the coach,
Yeah.
I try to go and hit balls and keep my rhythm going, keep my swing go, and just enjoy it.
So Otis, now you hear bounce inside of how you practice and stuff. Now you get a better understanding of how you approach this game.
Yeah, but sometimes I think bouncing, to me, by watching bouncing, I think bouncing is a little bit too aggressive. The reason why I say that, Cedar Valley is not a course of, okay, let me say, compared to some courses I've been on, these courses are like 7,200 yards. Cedar Valley is only like 6,500, which is real sharp. So I say that in the sense of now, Cedar Valley, you don't really need too much of a drive, for bouncing down, for instance, you have some holes here where you can just hit an iron up the middle of the field, bouncing into it, taking a driver. Next thing you drive a car in the bush. That kind of thing. I mean, you have to.
You don't have another course. You have another course.
Yeah, you have to know. I mean,
course management.
Within the course management. Now,
Course
I mean,
management.
you have to work your way on the golf course. You know what I mean? Rather than you, the course playing, you just play the golf course. You understand what I'm saying? Don't be too aggressive. The same thing, you can hit the driver, you're not going to hit the green, so why hit the driver? When you can hit the forehand until you hit the standard on the green. You know what I'm saying? So that to me, I mean, for me, I only hit driver on 2 holes at Cedar Valley. That's number 18 and number 9. That's it. And number 10.
So I want Richie listen. So Richie, hear that? You hear that?
No, Richie, you haven't a driver, Richie. No,
Those guys have to use the driver. Those guys not too long.
when it's too long, you have to use the driver.
Okay.
So, I mean, yeah, it's just about, you have to work yourself around the golf course, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you have to use your head around the golf course. You cannot just go on the golf course and expect wonders. I mean, for instance, bouncing, the last tournament I saw bouncing, I think was the Antigua.
Antigua, yeah.
And then I think he had a good front line.
Yeah.
He had a good front line, and then when I see coming down, when I see finish coming the golf course, coming the club, I was saying, Skip, how we finish? How we finish, our boy? You there, get struck. You like a struck. Take it easy when you go on the golf course, man.
Okay.
When you play 18 holes of golf and you already, let's say you had, I mean, this is golf terms for some people
Right.
who don't understand. I mean, you shoot like a 200 upon the front line, so that's very good. I mean, so on the back line now you expect to do better, or maybe even it out.
Yeah.
But when you go and shoot a 200 par on the front line and then on the back line now you come in and you say you shoot 5 over par, that is really bad, really bad. And I mean, these are something because of these are mental problems. I'm telling you, mental problems. I've been there. I know it is. I know what it takes to go on a golf course. I know what it takes to win a tournament. For instance, the last tournament I won, Antigua Open, I won. I can remember it was my uncle Vincent James. He was a very good golfer as well too. He was the one who mentored me coming up. So I remember I had to birdie 3 of the last 4 holes. Yeah, I had to birdie 3 of the last 4 holes. But when I did that, I knew I had to do that, but I did that because he wasn't in front of me playing, and he was actually leading me. So I was behind of him and I was cheering.
Right.
So when I get to the last hole now, I had a putt. No, I had 2 putts to win. 2 putts to win. But I didn't know I had 2 putts to win because now I see everyone standing and everyone was in the clubhouse. So I had 2 putts to win. So I didn't know that. So my first putt, I hit it long. The second putt I missed. And then the third putt, I got it in the hole. When I got into the clubhouse, my uncle telling me, boy, you lose by 1 shot. You know what I'm saying? So things like these, you must concentrate and know what's going on around you. You know, so when you're playing golf, but I mean, mentally, I'm telling you, golf will break it up.
Well, two things. First of all, I don't know who leading or
No scoreboard,
no,
no.
because we don't have, see, like the professionals have a leaderboard and stuff.
That's what I know.
And you see some little boys, little girls have the scores
Walking with.
So we
You
don't
know,
know that.
oh, okay.
So somebody maybe in the clubhouse now have to come out, have to go in and say, look, go in and get the score and then come back out and go say, look, Mandela leading by, you know, you have to birdie this total to win the tournament. But
So you said Silva needs to improve on the side of thing.
well, I won't say.
What do you mean?
No, I won't say Silva have to improve because study, for instance, because now only certain holes you can have a scoreboard on. For instance, maybe you can have a scoreboard. Maybe on number 13.
Yeah, we open.
Number 13, you probably want to have one on number 16.
Okay.
Like coming in, you know, so you don't know where your position.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking.
Where your position, but I mean.
So it's what about number 18, where 17 say no, who leading what you need to do.
Well,
That's my point.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's going to be too much, but I don't
What do you
know.
mean too much?
It's going to be too much at the beginning. See,
Wait.
No, this is what you just said. I'm telling you.
What do you mean by too much?
What you just said, it cannot happen. Let's leave it as that.
Wait, hold on. It's some of the cricket money.
Say that again.
It's some of the cricket business money. Take
I-
money to get it done. That's my question.
He's gonna take the brains to do that, Taddy, and I don't think they are.
Where the brains?
No, I'm telling you. I know what I know, okay?
Yeah.
This is golf term we're talking about. And what I'm telling you, I don't know if it can happen. But I would love to see it happen, but at the present, it cannot happen.
Hold on here. Another thing, before I don't want, we can dismiss that for now. But then here's your bouncing reacting kind of that sound like Vivi to me, man.
Yeah.
When he react like he now win.
Well, that's my mom said earlier, the cricketers them because they're so passionate and stuff like that. That's why they react that way in the playing.
But Viv no react, to be honest, Viv no react so in golf.
You
You know,
can-
Viv are more calm. Cause he play long before me, you know, and when he coming home, he always say make sure he come home. He say come home. Well, he finish strong.
Yeah.
I mean, certain golfers, let me say this, certain golfers, you can tell if he's playing good or bad. Certain
Yeah.
golfers, you
Okay.
can tell if you're playing good or bad.
That's by how
Yeah,
they
yeah.
What they
appearance.
demean and
Their appearance,
Okay,
okay.
okay.
Oh, it
But
is.
you can't look at me and tell me if I'm
If you-
playing good
yeah.
or bad because
I'm
I'm
the same.
neutral.
Okay,
Oh,
okay,
it
okay.
is. I want to say something to you, right? Something I go there, the golf course, look for part of him. And they would tell me, boy, you never talk to the guy, you lose. You talk to me, but that's the reaction. They say, vex bad guy, you lose. Oh.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me tell you from what I've seen around Viv is very competitive.
I know that.
Yeah, he's very competitive and you cannot go around Viv now. Let him finish his golf and then after that you can tell him anything, you can ask him anything. But once he's
He's
playing,
playing.
even if when he gets to the golf course,
You trouble
just
him.
leave him alone.
Yeah.
Don't trouble him.
Okay, focus.
What do you mean? That's the time you want, that's the time you want grinding. What do you mean?
Focus.
No, you want to
What do you mean?
Maybe vex with you for life.
You know what I mean? This kind of come, you don't come, we're mental
Yeah.
preparation.
And from what I'm seeing, I see that came from Viv playing cricket. You know.
Yeah.
I can look and see that now. Viv is very, his mind is very sound. I'm
Yeah,
telling you the truth.
yeah.
When he's playing golf, his mind is not knowing. You know what I mean? You can see he's just focused. Everything is just focused. And that's how it should be. You know what I'm saying? Viv do not
Yes.
like when we come into the car park. For instance, when they had the $2, you know, the $2.
Yeah.
You can go to City Valley, you see people that say, wait, what is it? You see people come, they have their, you know, the pen, they have the $2. Some of them scared to go to Viv, and I'm telling the truth. I've seen this. I mean, Viv just want to go and play, so let him go and play. Enjoy him.
I understand that.
You can deal
Well, when
with
you
him.
finish and you come out of the course, you get blooming and grimy.
Well, you can do that, of course. You can grind him with that, but before you start, just leave him. Please don't tell
Okay.
him the truth.
But when I go to somewhere, see him play, we say, look, soaking and bang you after then, so.
Jump it, well.
Jimmy good. I don't see nothing against that. Well,
So Kim, I like what Otis said. Well, for you though, when you're not playing good.
And you come into the clubhouse and you're sitting down in the clubhouse. And then you hear, oh, boy, I took a this and that, and I did that. Don't tell me what you just did, man. You know, if it's too little, man, tomorrow's the next day.
Yeah.
You know, take back what you didn't do, take it on the coach tomorrow. Don't tell me, oh, I did that and I nearly did that. No, I don't want to hear that. You hear them in the coach up saying, oh, you know, that's, yeah, tell me something about cricket or something. Tell me something about life. I already played 18 total. I knew what I did wrong. I knew what I had to correct. So I don't want to pass it on to anybody.
you hold on, yeah, man. I want to find something. When you don't play 18 holes ago today, and the coach come around and say, boy, you didn't do this and that. Can you have some damn coach sometime or the other? And the coach say, well,
I never have a coach. Had a coach. I never had a coach in time.
so that's why nobody talk to you after the end of the day.
Well, not really.
What do you mean, not really? That's what the coach is for.
Okay. Oh, you're talking about they come and ask me question. Right.
At the end of the day, the
At the
coach
end of
is
the
saying,
day,
the coach noticed something
But
they
that's
do.
with my juniors I'm talking about.
No, your personal coach with it.
That's what I'm telling you. I don't have a personal coach.
If you had one, that's my point.
Well, if I had one. I understand what you're saying, if I had one. But growing up, I mean, I didn't have a coach.
But no, you're coaching people.
No, not a coaching people. Yeah, this can happen because now when they go into tournaments and stuff like that, I have to ask them, you shot this here, this, I want to know what went wrong. You know, I want to know how it goes. You know what I mean? All kind of things.
Yeah.
Because I started golf playing left-handed. I was a lefty. I started the golf playing left-handed. And then my uncle switched me over to right.
Yeah.
Because I was playing cricket. When I play cricket, I bat left-handed. I play football. I kick left foot. One foot at a time, you know. No, I used to play 4 foot. But I mean, to me, I don't know why. That's really gloomy jobs, man. I mean, a lot of talented guys and girls came out of that. Came out of that village. I mean, a lot of golfers. You can go in new jobs in the playing field anytime. You're probably gonna see a little bit of young guys straight
Up to now. I
I
do this many years ago, 40 years ago, more than that.
It was just like a summer thing for us, you know what I'm saying? With the older guys and them out there, we all in with them as well. You know, I mean, we went through a lot, no daddy. We went through a lot, man. I mean, back in those days, we couldn't go on the golf course. So what I've done, we have a one club after school, you know, those guys have ground and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So we used to have this guy named Scientist. So his ground was always fenced, barbed wire.
Oh, that's Mr.
You know?
What is his name? Mr. Lee.
No,
No,
not
Nick.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, those ground, you know, well fenced, man, barbed wires and stuff like that. So we could not go on the golf course, you know. But what we did, we had to go through the ground. So they had this guy named Arnold Luke. He was the manager.
Lukey.
So yeah, so the barbed wire was so, you know, in a way that we cannot just go and get. So one guy like bouncing, we have to hold the top. So I will jump. The guy hold the top, and then the guy jump to
Hold last
but
but-
bounce him will come to them.
Yeah.
So one guy hold the bat, one guy hold the top. So all of us now going on the golf course. So now remember that's the whole number one. So we can't start it because we start there, they're gonna see us kind of too close to the clubhouse. So we don't run through and go and start at number two. So going on number two now, so we start our day golf game now. We have one club, you know, and one everybody have one club, you know, one club. So we playing golf. And from the moment you hear a golf cart coming, you know, losing and you know, I'm telling you, from the moment you hear a golf cart, you have to run. And we have to run off in the bushes. So we in the bushes now,
Right.
and we looking out there, you know, peeping at them. You know, they cursing, oh, go home, you know, get out. We just say cool enough, we just wait until we hear the golf cart again, and we go and then we come out the bush again, and we just continue. And then that's, you know, that's what we got, man.
I want to interject now. Okay, see, I had to look. See,
Yeah,
see,
yeah,
you know, we know it is 1961.
Mm.
You hear that? Now yes, I'm very disappointed here. I'm going to tell you why. See, when I live in Clearhall, right? We saw a golf course of gambles by Smith. And Luke and them used to do the same, the jump fence, Luke and Giselle Bonner and so on. Bree and the guy Ted Isaac and all the guys used to play golf. Boy, I could get to the golf course. Smith plays fencing like Christ King and so there.
Yeah.
There was a golf course, you know.
Yeah,
East and Cemetery and so. So, so to hear that Luke come to that system where you have a jump fence, I did deny all the guys. But disappointed him. Yeah, so we used to box it.
So that mean back then golf was for the elites or something like that. That's why y'all can go and play.
Well, pretty much is what it is. It wasn't for us, you know. So it wasn't for us. And then we only started really playing golf because now they had a caddy program now, meaning like summertime and stuff. So they say, okay, the kids them coming around, let them make a little, you know. Back in those days, we go and we do a little caddying for those guys, tourists and stuff like that. We get $20. I mean, $20 back in those days was like a million money. You know? And now, when you get that $20 now, you have to take that home to your parents. You know what I mean? So now I fell in a trap. So I fell in that trap now. So now.
Where's the where to go? Where to go for? I want to tell you something about that when you're done.
So you know, so I made a $20 today. So now the other guys in them know, remember, no, I'm not as good as those guys, but still they're pushing me to gamble.
Yeah.
So I said to myself one day, they're pushing me to gamble, it must be something good. So they're telling me, okay, come. But at the end of it, I came out to be successful because now I felt that in order for me to win, I have to be playing real good to win $20.
Yeah.
Because I cannot be going on like an intro and just doing it. I cannot be just taking my money, giving me my money. But it worked out totally because at the end of the day, they probably took my money for maybe about a year. Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But after
Wait,
they
nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
And they take your money for nothing.
No, that's good because I wasn't in the category. That's what I'm saying. So I gave them a year.
You were learning.
So
You were learning.
Exactly, I was learning. So the other year now they were making me my insurance. Because remember, I was like 10, 11 years old. 10, 11, 12. And I made my first national team at 13. So what I have to tell you?
Why?
Yeah, no, it's for a good cause.
I want to say something about that. I don't know if Earl was at me, though. They know training. And they said, they never pass in New York House, the boy bouncing. So go bouncing the home. So you don't see the valley.
We use it.
You watch him on the gamble. so we really right that.
The type of gambling that he's talking, that's when a man in the clubhouse a gamble with card and all that. But what Otis talking about on the course, the man just
On the course.
play
Play
per hole.
Who?
Who get the best on the hole? Yeah.
No.
Then we saw him, we met him.
Yeah, that's when they got a gambling and all the little go by.
So we really right that. No, when I went back down again, and then it's free time card me, I'll go do some training. Yes, I thought that the kind of gambling time we'll see the valley.
No man, not the gambling them with the cards, man. I'm talking about on the golf course, man.
Who win out the hole and all that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Play. When we go to play, man, and then
So I will
take
play
my
good.
money.
True.
Them guys take my money, we not have a cards.
Yeah,
But Kim, let me ask you a question, Kim. Is no stranger to Kim, see if you can check out your mic there for me. But it's, she back?